I was more just gushing over Jayson Tatum and appreciating the moment that was with his return. And he didn't start like he didn't start fast. He started off, I think it was 0 for
No,
6 or
the
something
first half
stupid
was
like that.
terrible. The
Yeah.
first half was terrible.
Besides the last 2 minutes, he had that put back dunk, and right away he comes down gingerly on the leg. He's still starting to trust his leg again, which is more of, I think it's more mental than it is physical with his actual like coming back to play, where he just has to again start to trust that leg. He comes off gingerly off of one or two, like landing on that right leg. He's careful with it, which is like what you expect coming back from an Achilles injury, being out 297 days. Like you expect that coming back from that. But then he hit that step back thing in the corner, and he was back, Josh. Like he was all the way back. My mom was starting to chirp him in the living room upstairs. He hits that put back dunk. The crowd goes nuts, and it was just one of those moments where you knew, it just must have been so special to be there at the Garden. Like you knew the roof was going to come off that place when Tatum finally scored. He gets the put back dunk. He gets the step back three going into half, and it's just all Celtics for the rest of the game. And I think the big thing I noticed with him being back, I don't want to say the ball movement was bad when he wasn't there, but the ball movement goes to a next level when Tatum's there because he's willing to swing the rock, pass up a good shot for a great shot, and he is. Like, I love Jaylen Brown, but Tatum is so much better in the pick and roll than Jaylen Brown, Josh. You can't compare it. You really can't compare it. Tatum's ability to get around the defender, grab him, and then make the right move, whether it's to dump it off, throw up a little floater, or take the sidestep mid range too. Like he is just better in the pick and roll game, and I think Nimi's gonna dominate in the pick and roll game, and then I think you're gonna see Derek White.
Who's Nimi?
Nimi Cater, bro. Nimi. That's what his
Nimi?
friends call him. That's what his friends call him.
Okay. I was like,
Nemus Cater, Nimi. That's what his friends call him. Like you're gonna see P. Pritch, he's gonna be fine because he's coming off the second unit. Derek White's gonna get a boost because he's gonna have to create less of his own shots because he'll have the benefit of playing alongside Brown and Tatum again. So like all things are trending up for the Boston Celtics, Josh.
I will agree with you. So I'm going to go back to the very first thing you said, which was the mental aspect. I don't think it was ever going to be a physical challenge for Tatum to really come back, considering how eager he was, and considering how old is he? 20.
He's 19.
Yeah, he's 19. Um,
He's 27.
so yeah, a 19-year-old whose body is extremely very healthy, and if you're going to have an Achilles tear, I feel like you're 20.
28. 28.
Okay. I feel like if you're
He just turned 28. His birthday was the 6th. No, it was the 5th.
Okay, so he tore it when he was 27. So if you're going to tear an Achilles, not that you would ever want to tear an Achilles, but I feel like your 20s would be a good age to have it because that's kind of where I feel like your body
The 3rd of March's birthday.
Like your 20s and early 30s, I feel like is when your body's at like its prime, with peak athleticism. So I don't ever think it's really going to be an issue for Tatum to come back physically. But the PTSD aspect of when it did tear does kind of linger in the back of your head because you go back to when Tatum actually tore it. It was a bad pass to Jaylen Brown. OG Anunoby tips it away, so Tatum tries to extend out to steal the ball, and he just ends up hyperextending his entire leg, trying to push off the back foot, and ends up tearing the Achilles. And so it's kind of always like it's always going to be in the back of your mind, like whenever he boosts off that back leg again, or whether he takes a jump shot or lands on it from the dunk. There's going to continuously be that mental PTSD of, God, what if it tears again? Maybe I should do a soft landing, but then if you do a soft landing, your impact on the court might not be as good as it used to be. So I think it's purely a mental aspect of Tatum having these slower starts, and I think we're going to still continue to see that for a bit. But I don't know. The way Jayson Tatum has been treating this, letting it not stop him, I don't think will be like a whole career-long thing. Could it last to the end of the playoffs? Sure, maybe. But I don't think it's a forever thing.
Yeah, I would imagine for the rest of the season, it's something that's kind of lingering in the back. And I think by the time the playoffs roll around, he'll be back in basketball shape.
It's going to be one of the bigger questions, especially when it does come playoff time. I guarantee you people will be like, oh, well, the Achilles tear is like affecting his play. I don't think the Achilles tear is affecting his play. I think he's affecting his own play simply because of that mental PTSD that he's been given and cursed on with when he originally tore it.
Yeah, and it's not like he has to come back and be Superman at the start because Brown is putting up an MVP candidacy this year. So not going to have to feel, and again, we don't know Tatum, we're not in the mind of Jayson Tatum, but he shouldn't have to feel like he needs to go out there and be superstar Jayson Tatum every single night when he has, his I don't want to say his best friend, but the guy he's been playing with his entire career, and Jaylen Brown, who's proven he can carry the team, he can be the superstar on any given night, the 1A, the 1B, Tatum and Brown, the best duo in the league, so he can rely on Brown in big moments to kind of be that guy and still, I don't want to say be a spot-up shooter, but pick and choose his moments when he's feeling like, okay, this is when I attack, the situation's in my best favor, and not force as much as Tatum tends to force with his, pull-up mateys, his step back, tween, step back, side step three.